There'll be girls across the nation that'll eat this up. Babe, I know that it's your soul, but could you bottle it up? Get down to the heart of it. No, it's my heart. Your shit out of your love.
Ooh, what is going on, guys? It's Optimistic Dingo or Rising Dingo here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a commentary about how I got my start on YouTube. Now, before I get into the commentary, I want to make a disclaimer. This is not a reverse boosted gameplay, and from now on, we are not going to post reverse boosted gameplays to the channel because it's bad for business. So, this gameplay, though, is a triple DNA bomb by Rising Complex. He is the co-leader of the competitive part of Rising, and this is an absolutely amazing gameplay. It's not one, not two, but oh baby, a triple 3 DNA bombs, and I can assure you, you guys are going to like that in the background. So guys, I want to talk about how I got my start on YouTube. What did I do to start YouTube, and how did I get to where I'm so good? Because I noticed that on my first commentary, someone was saying, dude, you are so good, you're so fluid in my commentating, and that just came with a lot of practice. So I just wanted to tell you guys my story on how I got started. So I started doing YouTube once I was about like 7 or 10 years old, somewhere in that range, and I did Adobe Dreamweaver tutorials and Adobe Fireworks tutorials, which is something that I don't even use anymore, but I did tutorials like that, and it was really cheap because basically I would watch other people's tutorials, learn how to do something good enough to do my own tutorial, and then post my own tutorial about it. I had a video once that got over 80,000 views, and I became partnered with YouTube. One day, all I remember is I got a check from Google with like $150 in the mail, and I was like 12 years old, and I thought I was rich, and I was like, holy crap, I just made this money off of YouTube doing absolutely nothing, and so that got me hooked on YouTube. In this time, I became addicted to video games. I loved video games, so I decided I was going to start a channel using my gamer tag, which at the time was Clyde the Frog, which was obviously from South Park. So I started that channel under the name Clyde the Frog, and that's the channel I went with for the longest of times. I went with that channel, and finally I realized it wasn't going anywhere. I did it for like several months and realized that I just wasn't going to grow on that channel. The name wasn't very catchy, and just everything was bad. I was doing the channel for months, and I only got about 50 subscribers, so it was just a bad channel. So I sat down and I decided to create a new channel, and I came up with the channel Optimistic Dingo, and this channel has been super successful. This channel has been amazing. The channel that I'm on right now, I've been on YouTube for about 4 months, and I have about 400 subscribers. Last month, I gained about 200 subscribers, so my growth has been absolutely amazing. So for those of you that think that, that starting YouTube is something difficult, it is a very difficult task, and you have to learn how to do YouTube, and that's something cool that I do on my main channel. That is show you guys how to properly do YouTube and give you guys the things that I had to learn the hard way. So how did I get so good at commentating? Well, before I actually did YouTube, I did podcasting, and podcasting is basically an online internet radio show. I currently do a podcast on my channel as well every 2 weeks, but I did podcasting, and in podcasting, you have to sit down and talk for an hour at a time. So I got good at, not having to really think when I talk and do things like that, and that's why I'm such a good YouTube commentator, because I got to where I could talk for an hour without really thinking about what I was saying. And when you can do it for an hour, you can very easily do it for 5 or 10 minutes even. And so most of my skills with commentating just came with, doing podcasting. And I think that podcasting is a great way for anyone to start. And, I'm not quite sure where else I can go with this. That's basically my story. I've been doing YouTube since I was very little, and I've been raised doing YouTube pretty much. And YouTube is something that I don't see me stopping. I don't know if I'm going to actually make YouTube a full-time career, but I don't see myself stopping YouTube in any time in the near future. And for you guys that have your own YouTube channels, you might be struggling. Really just market yourself, get your name out there, because no one's going to want to watch your content unless you show it to them and you make it marketable. And another thing is make sure that you're telling your parents that you're doing YouTube, and make sure that you're not devoting too much time into YouTube, because you can do that. I know there are some times during the week where I don't have time for myself and I hate it, but that's what I do. And I'm an adult, so it's perfectly fine for me. But for you guys that are in high school, I would recommend really focusing on grades and things like that, because I have other stories that I can tell you about not focusing on grades, and grades mean a lot, guys. Anyways, this has been a short ramble on / commentary about how I got my start in YouTube. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please leave a like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe for Rising Pub Stomping for more great and amazing gameplays every week. Also, don't forget to check out my channel as well as Rising Complex's channel down in the description. This is Optimistic Dingo, or Rising Dingo, and I will see you guys in the next video.